Yeah. This piece is called Grounding BiosphereX. It's a collaboration with Dr. India Mansour, with Philip Oerlein and with Till Boverman. I work with Dr. India Mansour, who's a microbial ecologist since many years. And she is doing in her laboratory in Berlin, the Rillig Lab that hosts me as an artist in residence, research on how microbial communities can persist in harsh environments. And the method she's using is called BiosphereX, and it's creating closed systems, meta-closed systems, energy open systems that are kind of mimicking the biggest biosphere that we know, our planet, Earth. And so they're also in the same way functioning. And what is important when you have a meta-closed energy open system is that you have the possibility for photosynthesis, which is the process of creating oxygen by algae and other plants, and the need for cycling nutrients between life forms in order to keep everyone alive. So I built together with her a bigger model of a biosphere that is a hybrid between artwork and a scientific tool. It is filled with like freshwater community that hosts microalgae and bacteria. I'm also working with water samples from the lakes in Sweden, here in Sweden. It's very nice for me to get to know them better through that. And also it contains some sensors that measure the environmental conditions inside the sphere. They measure humidity, temperature, and pressure, as well as the CO2 emissions within the sphere. That allows me and India also to understand the cycles and repetitions of photosynthesis inside the sphere. Beyond this being like a scientific method to understand persistence or failure of ecosystems or biospheric communities, it is also for me a cultural device to think about how the microbial agency has an effect on a very big scale, on a planetary scale, and how we humans tend to forget that. So the green-blue algae and the cyanobacteria were some of the first life forms on this planet. They made the atmosphere that allowed every life that we know today to exist. So they are our ancestors. In the same time, today, all these microbial agents, bacteria and algae, are crucial for the breakdown of matter, for the cycling of nutrients, and also still for the oxygen production. But we rarely worship this, and I decided to create a speculative tool that allows communication between this biosphere here and the biosphere that we are living in, the planet Earth, or also called Gaia. So the system measures the environmental conditions and then reaches out to weather satellites that are surrounding our planet in order to see where right now the same temperature or the same humidity or the same pressure is happening, and then it brings us to these places. So this tool is allowing us to travel to different places of this earth while standing here. It allows us to think about the connectivity between micro and macro scales, and it allows us to ask where we as humans are in between these scales.